I think that's it. He's a big mobile defenseman, but his off ice concerns make this a questionable selection by the Montreal Canadiens. Um, that's all I want to say about the situation. Um, Owen Power, first overall. Don't think he
Yeah.
was the best. I don't think he's the best prospect in this. I like Owen Power a lot. I don't think he's the best prospect in this draft. Um,
I can't really disagree with you. I didn't pay too much. Again, the rookie.
I really like William Uckland, who fell to seventh to the San Jose Sharks. Anyway, moving on. A lot has happened the last 48 hours. The
Well,
NHL.
wait. Before we go there, can we just point out that the Edmonton Oilers drafted another center, by the way?
Yeah, it's a very
Yeah,
Edmonton thing to do.
one.
Very Edmonton thing to do. We're gonna get to Edmonton because I have no idea what's going on there. Edmonton has been horrible this offseason. This is a horrible offseason. Like, it hasn't even technically started yet. Horrible offseason for Edmonton, but we'll get there. We're gonna start newest trades to most recent. Is that alright?
Now, yes, you want like the first one of the year?
No, we're gonna go from like the trade that the trade that most recently happened, and then we're just gonna go backwards.
Oh, all right. So
All right.
we're gonna end on
So-
Duncan Keith. Sounds good.
So today,
Reinhart.
Sam Reinhart, a now Florida Panther, and the exchange is Devin Levi and a first round pick in next year's draft.
I think it's a good trade.
I think it's a good trade for both teams. I really like Sam Reinhart. He was the best player in the Buffalo Sabres this year. Devin Levi is a good goalie prospect. Was led Team Canada to a silver medal this year on the World Juniors. That first round pick could really turn into whatever next season.
Yeah, he could be the backup this year.
Yeah, I really would have liked to see Sam Reinhart kind of be one of the building pieces in Buffalo moving forward. But
Well, I think he wanted. I think he wanted to leave.
yeah, but it's unfortunate. I really like Sam Reinhart as a player.
But I think he'll be really good in.
So do I. I think
Florida.
Florida's looking like a scary team next season.
Yeah.
Florida's looking like a very scary team next season. Also today, 1-for-1, Jacob Voracek for Cam Atkinson.
Hey, that wasn't the race trade. It was the LA
Nope.
Carolina trade. Yeah.
Are you on TSN or are you on NHL?
The picks. No, the picks came out for that. The picks trade.
Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Are we gonna do picks?
No, we don't have to.
Okay, I want to do players.
Alright, we don't have to do picks.
Because now those picks are just so crazy. Jacob Voracek, Cam Atkinson, 1-for-1. I like Cam Atkinson. I like Jacob Voracek more than Cam Atkinson.
I think it's good for the Blue Jackets.
I don't.
You know?
Because I don't know. I'm not 100% clear on the direction that the Columbus Blue Jackets are going in, and Jacob Voracek is making $8.2 million.
Well, they're rebuilding and they want some veteran presence.
Let me get this straight. Very good player.
Yeah.
Is he better than Cam Atkinson?
Yes.
Yeah? Is he okay? He's also younger than Cam Atkinson. Maybe this trade does make sense for the Blue Jackets. I wasn't really thinking about it like that, but you know what? Good trade for both teams. Philadelphia is. I don't really think they needed to kind of rebuild their roster the way they did. Like, they still have a lot of their core pieces, but their season wasn't great because they didn't get goaltending. And so this moving a whole bunch of stuff around, I don't know how necessary it is, but yeah.
Well, they're gonna have goals. I think because Carter Hart's gonna jump back and he's gonna have a good year.
I hope so. And if so, Philadelphia is gonna be a scary team. This next trade is just kind of prospects. The LA Kings require forward Braden Burke and forward Tyler Steenbergen from the Arizona Coyotes in exchange for defenseman Cole Hutz and forward This guy's name is Sick Boko Amanma or Amama or something like that.
The last one, I know who one of these guys are.
Don't know who a single one of these guys are. Do
I
any
know
of them
who
play
the-
NHL minutes?
I don't know. I just know who Tyler Stenenberg is.
Okay. Anyway,
I
prospect
saw his
trade.
name this year.
Can't say anything about it. Maybe this works out for a team in a year or two. You can't really say anything about it. Yesterday. We're now into yesterday's trades. The Columbus Blue Jackets acquired defenseman Jake Bean from the Carolina Hurricanes in exchange for a 2021 second-round pick that turned to be 44th overall, I believe. I like Jake Bean a lot, and
this is very good for Columbus.
very good for Columbus. I don't, because obviously with that really good defensive core you have in Carolina, Jake Bean wasn't really going to be able to blast some of the NHL defensemen a lot of people think he can be. He's going to get that shot in Columbus, and I think he's really going to come out and show why he can be a top 6 defenseman in the NHL.
Yep.
That's
I
think
say Columbus with another good trade.
Yep. Now we're getting to the 2 big trades. Let's start with this first.
When they absolutely fleeced the fucking whatever the fuck his name is.
Well, let's just
Chicago.
The Chicago Blackhawks acquired defenseman Seth Jones, a first-round pick in this draft. I don't remember where that ended up, and next in a 6th-round pick, 31st. No, 32nd. Because Montreal had 31. That's when they drafted Logan Mailloux. So
no, because Arizona lost the pick this year.
Yeah, but Montreal drafted 31st overall, so it ended up being 32nd.
Oh, right.
32nd. So the 32nd overall pick in this draft, and a 6th-round pick next year. In exchange, the Columbus Blue Jackets acquire forward Adam Boqvist, another first-round pick this year. I don't know where that ended up. A 2nd-round pick this year. Don't know where that ended up, and a 1st-round pick next year.
The first round was 11th.
First round was 11th. I don't really care where the 2nd round was.
I don't know.
This trade is amazing for Columbus.
Yeah, they made Chicago overpay for Seth Jones.
Seth Jones, I like him. He had a really bad year. There's no way around it. He was one of the worst analytical players in the league.
He was in Columbus.
He was in Columbus. Let's give him that. But he wasn't good at all. Adam Boqvist on a bad team was very good this year. Now, this trade would have been a little bit more acceptable if they didn't give Seth Jones that extension. For those who don't know, next season, Seth Jones is under contract with the Chicago Blackhawks for $5.4 million under the final year of the contract he signed with the Columbus Blue Jackets. After next season, Seth Jones is under contract for 8 years at a cap hit of $9.5 million.
Wow.
That is an overpayment. That is more than an overpayment for this player. It's...
like they got rid of Duncan Keith.
I don't know how much better Seth Jones is than Duncan Keith.
They need some defenseman, veteran presence.
Let's
not put Seth Jones down.
I don't like. He had a horrible season. Horrible season. There's just no way around it.
But it's not like Chicago didn't overpay. Like there was no need for two first round picks and a second in Adam Boqvist.
I don't like the trade. I don't like the trade.
No, trade doesn't make sense.
I think Columbus fleeced them.
By the way, totally different thing. Did you see that there was a rumor that Fleury's going to Chicago?
Yeah, that was horseshit. I don't know where that came from. There was no what were you gonna give him? Malcolm Subban back?
But I was like, what do you even trade?
What do you trade?
The Brinkett?
I know what. Props to Chicago for getting Seth Jones without giving up Kirby Dach or Marquette though. I think out of the three, I would have preferred to give up Adam Boqvist the most, but it's still a bad trade. The Vancouver Arizona deal. The Vancouver Canucks.
Vancouver wins this, in my opinion.
I don't. Let me get this. Vancouver Canucks acquired defenseman Oliver Ekman-Larsson and the rights to restricted free agent Connor Garland in exchange for forward Anton Roussel, forward Jay Beagle, forward Louis Eriksson, a first-round pick in this year's draft. I don't know where that ended up. A 2022 second-round pick. The 9th overall pick from the Vancouver Canucks. A second-round pick next year, and a 7th-round pick in the 2023 draft. I'm going to say this, and I don't want Arizona Coyotes fans to get triggered or Vancouver Canucks fans to get triggered. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, last season, may have been the worst NHL player in the league. He was horrible. He was beyond atrocious. No, he was beyond horrible. You can look at his point totals and be like, okay, this is a good defenseman. He was horrible. And his own end, you cannot have a so-called defensive defenseman that cannot play defense. And if they don't sign Connor Garland, this trade is horrible. The Arizona Coyotes, they pick up a couple bad contracts, but they expire after this year. Oliver Ekman-Larsson is under contract for the next 6 seasons at a $7 million cap hit. In my opinion, with all of the picks that Arizona got out of this, Arizona wins this trade. Connor Garland's really very good. Connor Garland's very good. And if they re-sign him, I still think it's Arizona, but Connor Garland, very good player.
Also scored the greatest goal in NHL.
Not quite.
What do you mean, off the face goal?
Oh yeah, that goal. Greatest goal in history. Louis Eriksson, I don't even know if he can play in the NHL anymore. Jay Beagle and Anton Roussel, they're fine bottom 6 players.
Yeah, that's the bottom 6.
Yeah. That's all I got to say about that trade. I hate Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
I think you have personal vendetta against.
I have no. He was horrendous this season.
No, he played for Vancouver. So.
Played for Arizona.
I know he played for Arizona, so I guess I know about that. Actually. Yeah, still the thrill.
Now, when I saw this trade first, I didn't quite understand it. The St. Louis Blues acquire forward Pavel Buchnevich from the New York Rangers in exchange for forward Sammy Blais and a second-round pick in next year's draft.
Is this Sammy Blais guy good?
Sammy Blais is fine. He's probably one of the best third liners in the league. He can play second line. He's fine. He's nowhere near the player Pavel Buchnevich is. And I don't understand why you traded him. Unless there's a Jack Eichel trade on the way, why was this trade made?
What? I don't know. Pavel Buchnevich is a pretty good player. St. Louis needs some good players that are young.
Yeah, but if I'm the Rangers, Sammy Blais and a second-round pick is not the return I want for Pavel Buchnevich.
Well, it's not like he was a key part of their team.
He put up 40 points in 54 games this year.
Well, they don't see him as a necessity, I guess.
I think the Rangers have something up their sleeve, and if they don't, then they lose this trade. The Rasmus Ristolainen deal. The Philadelphia Flyers acquired defenseman Rasmus Ristolainen in exchange. The Buffalo Sabres require defenseman Robert Hagg, a first-round pick that turned into whatever.
I don't know what it was.
All right, a 2021 first-round pick and a 2023 second-round pick. Rasmus Ristolainen was one of the worst defensemen in the league this year, but he plays in Buffalo. He's always been one of the worst defensemen in the league.
What?
No, let me get this
Wrong.
straight. He can put up points. He can put the puck in the net, and he's a good offensive defenseman. His defensive analytics were horrible because he played in Buffalo, and that's what I'm going to say. He played alongside Rasmus Dahlin for a little bit. Rasmus Dahlin is a good defenseman, so I don't really understand why his stats were as bad as they were this season. But hopefully, change of scenery is what he need. I like Rasmus Ristolainen. I think the Flyers win this deal just because I don't really know what you have here with Robert Hagg,
Robert Hagg, go.
the best NHL player of all time.
No, Robert Hagg is a good. I think he's a forward, right?
Nope, defenseman.
Defenseman?
Defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
First round pick is always nice. A second round pick in 2023 is always nice.
Yeah, and this clears cap, so.
Yeah, it clears a lot of cap.
Not he wanted to stay anyways.
No, he wanted it. Tyler Pitlick for a 4th round pick. It's whatever. Seattle clearing a little bit of cap.
Oh, you can't just like put this by first trade in Seattle history.
Cool. It was for Tyler Pitt. No, it was for a 4th round pick.
Yeah, but still, first ever trade in Seattle history. It's how Pitlick's not a bad player.
No, he'll get playing time in Calgary.
Yeah, Pitlick wants to come to my team. I'll let him play.
Fair. Now the Arizona Coyotes made 2 trades, which I find hilarious, because it's basically them just taking things and then not giving the other team anything back. So this trade is the Arizona Coyotes get defenseman Shane Gostisbehere, a 2nd round pick in next year's draft, and a 2nd round pick in next year's draft. The Philadelphia Flyers get nothing. It's basically them just giving 2 2nd round picks and Shane Gostisbehere because they don't want his contract. Cap relief. That's all it is. That's it. Shane Gostisbehere. I hope
it's 4.5.
4.5. He had a rough season in Philadelphia, but who didn't have a rough season in Philadelphia? That's all I can say about this player. He was fine.
Well, we got to talk about the Detroit Carolina trade.
Now, if I'm the Carolina Hurricanes, if I look at this trade in 3 years, why didn't you just pay him? He didn't want much.
It wasn't that.
No, it was. No, it came out.
No, it came out as he wanted to be the starter, and they couldn't promise him that.
But I feel like he was genuinely surprised when they traded him. He didn't expect to get traded. They didn't there was 2 things. Yeah, he wanted to be the starter. They offered him $1.5 million a year, which is nowhere near enough for this player.
One of the best rookie goalies.
And even if you did want to trade him, why is what you got out of this was a goalie you might not even re-sign and a 3rd round pick? I like Jonathan Bernier. I'm a Toronto fan. Jonathan Bernier is one of my favorite goalies in the league. Why did they make this trade?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Like, I hope Alex Nedeljkovic wins a Vezina in Detroit.
Yeah, that would take some real skill, Martin.
Not in current Detroit. I mean, Detroit, 3 years from now when they trade Dylan Larkin for whoever they trade Dylan Larkin for. The Arizona Coyotes acquire forward Andrew Ladd, a 2nd round pick in this year's draft, and a conditional pick in 2022 and 2023. And in exchange, New York Islanders get nothing. Cap relief. Andrew Ladd.
Andrew Ladd's really good.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Got future considerations. They got future considerations.
Oh, here it says no return. Andrew Ladd's a good player. Had really unfortunate injury problems in the last couple of years. I hope he has a bounce back year in Arizona.
He was good in the playoffs this year.
Good in the playoffs. Didn't play in the playoffs this year.
He did.
No, he didn't.
Oh no, he didn't. No, that's the other guy. And you'll have the captain, right? No, that's Anders Lee. I'm
Anders
lost.
Lee.
Where are we at again?
They both didn't play. Anders Lee and in July both didn't play. When are we gonna have the discussion, by the way, that if Anders Lee was playing in the playoffs this year, the New York Islanders might have been Stanley Cup champions?
No.
Because they took that Tampa Bay Lightning team to 7 without him.
I just don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think the same players would have stepped up as they did.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna be good in Detroit. I don't like the cap hit, but you get what you get. Now we're
It's a trade Arizona wins.
Yeah, Arizona wins. You can't really lose if you're Arizona. I don't know. This trade means something to me. I don't know if this trade's gonna mean something to you. The New York Rangers get a defenseman Nick DeSimone. I'm gonna say it like that, in exchange for forward Brett Houghton from the Vegas Golden Knights. I like Brett Houghton a lot. He was one of my favorite players to watch this season on the Rangers. I hope this Nick DeSimone guy is good, or can be good, or has some sort of potential. This trade really doesn't mean anything. I just wanted to bring it up quickly.
Well, Brett, I don't know. Let's not forget, Brett Houghton's not a bad player.
No, I like Brett Houghton a lot. I just don't know why New York traded him for a defenseman.
Who knows?
Oh, Tony DeAngelo got bought out today. So Tony DeAngelo on Wednesday will be a free agent. Just want to put that out there. On the Barclay Goodrow trade. The New York Rangers got the rights to unrestricted free agent Barclay Goodrow in exchange for a 7th round pick next year. They ended up signing Barclay Goodrow to a 6-year extension with an average of $3.6 million. That dude got paid. I don't know if that dude should have got paid, but that dude got paid. I like Barclay Goodrow. Little too much money. Little bit.
Two-time Stanley Cup champion.
Two-time Stanley Cup champion, but he put up 20 points this year.
Not bad.
Not bad. He has a cup experience. The Arizona Coyotes get a 2nd round pick and goaltender Yusuf Koner from the San Jose Sharks in exchange for goaltender Aiden Hill. This was just because they didn't want Aiden Hill, because if they had to protect Darcy Kemper, and if they didn't, Aiden Hill was probably going to get taken, and they wanted to get something for him because he is a good goaltender. The Jason Dickinson trade. Sorry. No, I like Aiden Hill a lot. He's one of my favorite 3rd goaltenders in the league. He stepped up whenever either Ranta or Kemper was out. I hope he does good in San Jose. I really like this player.
Yeah. Now we have the 3-way trade.
What are you talking about?
Ryan Ellis, Nolan Patrick, Philip Myers.
Not quite. Nope. There's one trade before that. One trade before that.
They're all the same day.
Well, yeah, but Jason Dickinson. Let's do this first, because the 3-team trade's going to take a little minute. Jason Dickinson to the Vancouver Canucks in exchange for a 3rd round pick this year. Don't know where that ended up, but yeah.
It's just
it's fine.
There's
It's fine. Bottom, middle 6 player. I hope he has a good season in Vancouver. Not really much to say about it. The 3-team trade. Let's start it off first. The Philadelphia Flyers get star defenseman Ryan Ellis from the Nashville Predators in exchange for defenseman Philip Myers and forward bust Nolan Patrick. After that, the Vegas Golden Knights required forward bust Nolan Patrick in exchange for forward bust Cody Glass.
Stop. You can't do that to Nolan Patrick. First off.
Him and Cody Glass are both busts. I stand by that.
He's not old enough to call him a bust.
Well, Cody Glass is.
Cody Glass is not bust either. Cody Glass is This is a good trade for all 3 of them.
Philadelphia wins. By far. I like Philip Myers, but
I think Nashville wins.
No. Ryan Ellis is too good for any other team to win.
No, I don't. I think this is a good trade altogether.
Yeah, so do I. Now, when this trade happened, there's backstory to this trade. Let me just tell you what it is first. The Toronto Maple Leafs acquire forward Jared McCann from the Pittsburgh Penguins in exchange for prospect Philip Hollander and a 7th-round pick in the 2023 draft. Jared McCann was taken from the Toronto Maple Leafs to the Seattle Kraken in the expansion draft. Now, a lot of people are saying, dumb trade. Why would you make this trade if you're just going to lose this player? What people don't understand is that this trade was made to keep the current core of the Toronto Maple Leafs intact. Because if you, I don't know, I don't think Dubas made the right choice. Let's put this clear. I would rather have Jared McCann than Travis Dermott or Justin Hall or Alex Kerfoot. And
Well, I think this was more of a trade to protect Kerfoot.
Yeah, I understand that, but Jared McCann's better than Kerfoot. And the whole thing was, oh, we're either going to lose Dermott or Hall. Dermott wasn't even in the lineup. And let's not act like Dermott wasn't good enough to be in the lineup. There was just, we had too many defensemen. So if we lose Travis Dermott, so what? And if we lose Justin Hall, bam, we have Travis Dermott to replace him. So why didn't we just protect 7 forwards? And then either just lose Dermott or Hall?
Yeah, well, you gotta look on the right side. You didn't lose anything. All you got rid of was your 7th-round Philip Hollander,
who could play real NHL minutes for you next year.
He will most likely play on the 4th line or a taxi squad player.
The Detroit Red Wings acquired defenseman Nick Leddy from the New York Islanders in exchange for forward Richard Panik and a 2nd-round pick in this year's draft. I think it was a good trade for both teams. Nick Leddy is a good defenseman who has had injury problems, and Richard Panik is a goal scorer, which the New York Islanders need. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this trade. Wasn't really anything to it.
Did you hear me?
I didn't hear anything what you just said.
Okay, like I was saying, I think it's only a good trade for Detroit.
Why?
Richard Panik is not very good.
No, but like, he's fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good 2nd-round pick, but like, Nick Leddy was better than Richard Panik, and even with the 2nd round, I would still rather Nick Leddy.
Yeah, I understand. One of my favorite low-key trades that happened, the New Jersey Devils get defenseman Ryan Graves in exchange for forward Mikhail Maltsev and a 2nd-round pick from the Colorado Avalanche. Ryan Graves is a very good defenseman, very underrated defenseman. I think he's going to do really good things in New Jersey. They have built a very good defensive core over there. I think it's going to be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
We have one more trade to go, and then the Duncan Keith trade. The Carolina Hurricanes get prospect goaltender Dylan Wells from the Edmonton Oilers for future considerations. It's whatever. It's a prospect for considerations. There's nothing to say about this trade. Now,
Caleb Jones or Duncan Keith.
The Edmonton Oilers required defenseman Duncan Keith and forward Tim Soderlund from the Chicago Blackhawks in exchange for defenseman Caleb Jones, and all it says here is 3rd-round pick. It does not tell me what year. It just says 3rd-round pick.
Well, I think this was a sweetener for Seth Jones. To be honest with you, I think they got Caleb to kind of persuade Seth to coming over.
I agree, but Duncan Keith sucks. That's no, like that's
He
that's
doesn't suck.
no, he sucks. Duncan Keith sucks,
He's past his prime.
and he sucks.
You can't come out here and shit on Duncan Keith. He didn't want to get traded.
I can come out here and shit on Duncan Keith all I fucking want. I hate Duncan Keith.
He's gonna be playing on that team next year.
He's gonna be playing badly for that team next year.
Still gonna be playing
badly.
Yeah, but this wasn't like a big trade. Again, it was a sweetener trade. Like Caleb and Seth.
Yeah, and now the Jones brothers are going to be defensive pairing next year, and Caleb Jones is going to be the better defenseman, and it's going to be funny.
I don't know if they're going to play them on the same line.
Why not? Who's going to play beside him? Adam Bookfist isn't there anymore.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
And that's it.
Think so.
I'm just gonna.
What was your favorite trade?
My favorite trade? I don't really know. Let me just look.
My favorite one.
My favorite trade is Jack Eichel going to the Toronto Maple Leafs in exchange for Alex Kerfoot, William Nylander, and a 4th round pick. My favorite trade.
Yeah, I don't think that trade's happening, to be honest with you. Yeah. I'll tell you my favorite one.
I don't want to know your favorite. Want to know your favorite?
It's the Sam Reinhart.
Florida's gonna be a really scary team next year.
Yeah, they don't have Chris Drager, but they do have Spencer Knight.
Yeah, and like Sergei Bobrov's choke.
Yep, Mr. 10.5.
Mr. 10.5. I can't believe that contract's real.
Well, when they signed him, he was very good.
I mean, I don't know what happened between now and then which stopped him from being very good, but he's just not very good anymore. So, that's the only way to put it.
We had a positive record this year, didn't he?
Yeah, but, 900 save percentage, like right on the dot, 900, so.
Well, it's still Sergei Bobrovsky.
It's still Sergei Bobrovsky.
And I think my least favorite trade was, oh god,
my least favorite was the Nedeljkovic trade.
Probably, I think mine, for me, it's the Seth Jones trade.
Oh, that's close.
The guy's making $9.5 million.
I cannot believe they paid him so much. I do not know why they gave him that much money.
8 years.
8 years, too. He'll be... How old is Seth Jones?
I don't know how old he is.
Seth Jones.
Probably already in his 30s.
Seth Jones is 26 years old, so by the time the contract's over, he will be 35 because he's on contract. He's under contract with the Chicago Blackhawks for the next 9 seasons because he still has 1 more year of his current contract to go.
Yeah. Well, I think you can both. Well, you think the Alex Nedeljkovic is the worst trade. I think Seth Jones is.
They're both pretty bad.
Your favorite trade is Jack Eichel of Toronto, which don't even know how you make that cap work.
No, we'll figure it out. I think my favorite is I can't even tell you. Ryan Graves to New Jersey. It's my favorite.
That's your favorite one?
Just because, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. What was your favorite again?
Sam Reinhart.
Yeah, fuck Sam Reinhart. Oh, no, it is my favorite. Okay, anything else you want to talk about?
No, nothing else.
Okay, so it is currently Sunday. Sorry, we are 25. It is 11:35 on Saturday. So we'll be back probably Wednesday after free agency. Because we don't really have a schedule. We just be like, hey, you want to record a podcast? Sure.
Yes, sir.
This was the RITN Podcast. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe. We hit our first 100 viewed podcast, so give a round of applause. Yeah.
We hit 100 views.
We had 100 views.
Let's go.
We're crazy like that. We are currently, as we speak, at, drum roll please, 18 subscribers. Let's go.
Let's go. We're insane.
18 subscribers. If you guys enjoyed, just leave a like. Tell your friends about us.
Remember to share the videos. Really help.
Yeah, just spread the word. Okay, we are better than every podcast. That's the only way to describe it. We just are better.
Yeah,
We're just better. We're gonna go play Splitgate for the next 3 hours. So hope you guys enjoyed. This is the Right Numbers Podcast. My name is Martin, and that was Jace, and we will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
See ya.